Well, hello, YouTube. Crosstrain here in Banished. Again, been a while since I've been in here, but in the village of Wertydurd again today. I think I've done about a 9-part series on the growth of Wertydurd from a outreach out in the middle of the forest to our current status of almost 700 residents. And today I'm going to finish up the Wertydurd series, and I'm going to do something rather dramatic because I want to see what happens. But before I do that, and I talked a little bit about it in my last video, but before I do it, let me kind of walk you through some of the things I learned playing Banished, and particularly in Wertydurd, and some of the mistakes I made. For those of you who have ever gotten a village up to, I don't know, 500 or so residents, and then some, I made what I believe to be a tactical error, and which led to kind of the situation I'm in now, which is even if I were trying to maximize Wertydurd, I would have some challenges, and I'll tell you what those are in a second here. But basically, when in early game, you want to make sure that you really watch these numbers here. Now, you don't get the town hall window in early game. You don't get that until you actually build the town hall right here. But the numbers here are your homes to your families, because what you want to do is make sure you are growing your population. So early game, it's a good idea to have 1 or 2, maybe even homes more than you have families. That way when youngsters are growing up and they turn whatever they can reproduce in this game, 12, 13, 14, they can find a mate and move into one of those vacant homes. As long as your food production and your firewood production and everything is stabilized enough to accommodate that, that's a good strategy to have. Now, what I've found, and I learned this again in Wertydurd here, and I'm going to do a natural disaster to see what happens. What I did here is once I got up into it was around 500 where I noticed as I was continuing to try to keep my homes ahead of my families. Here's the problem. You now have 211 families. That's 211 women. Let's say 75% of them are still childbearing age. You've got, 150 women who are now potential to give birth each year. So population absolutely exploded. I went from 500 to, and again, I'm at 649 right now, in really just a matter of a couple of years. So what's happened is I'm flying around the map here. You see all kinds of food production. I'm producing 22,000 units of food a year, something like that. The problem is I am consuming a whole lot more. So I have some real issues. Let me show you what those issues are. And then I'm going to tell you how I'm going to play this thing out. You can look right here at my food production, and I currently have 5,000 units of food for nearly 700 people. I've used in the current year, 22,000 units of food. I have produced 15,000, excuse me, I said 22, I had those backwards. I produced 15,000 in this year. Last year, you can see that I had a deficit of 5,000 units of food produced to what I used, 59.5 to 64.8. So that was a problem. But I went from literally in less than a year from 40 to 45,000 units of food down to 5. So my population is in real trouble. I paused the game right now because I wanted to kind of share that with you, and I'll tell you what I'm going to do because I'm curious to see what happens. I've about maximized this village anyways, and probably about time for me to start another one and again put some of the things I've learned to good use during that time. What I'm going to do is I am going to do absolutely nothing. I have every job filled. If you look at the overview here, I have every job filled to the brim. I've still got 40 laborers. I've got everything except for builders filled to the brim. In fact, the only one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take a whole bunch of builders off here because I won't need a whole lot of builders left. So We'll put them all into this labor category, but everything else, all of my food and resource production are maximized. If you go down this list, you see I've got the max in every single category. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave I'm going to do absolutely nothing, and I want to watch what happens to Wertydurd. Will it die off quickly? Will it die off slowly? Will it get to a point where it actually stabilizes again? I don't know. I don't think so, because I think what happens is when farmers die off of starvation or whatever they would die off of, when I run out of laborers, those 56 people I have to assign, which sounds like a lot, but it's not when people start dying off, will they just continue to deteriorate, or will there come a point where Wertydurd will stabilize on its own? That's what I want to find out. That's what we're going to do here. And let me just say, the only thing I've done in preparation for this is I have taken my 2 trading posts. I got one here, and I've got one over here. I've taken them and I've emptied their storehouse up. Well, I haven't emptied it yet, but all of the traders who are in each of these trading posts will begin emptying out. So I've got another 2,000 units of food in those 2 trading posts. So they're going to empty them out into markets or warehouses, whatever. So just to see what happens. So that's where I'm going. That's what my last episode from Wertydurd is going to be about. So let's see what happens here. And we are gonna go. We'll just watch you can see, look at this. A child is born, child is born, child is born, child is born. I mean, it's just crazy how the population just absolutely blows up without, watch this number over here. It's 651 already. We're gonna start dying off because food is an issue. In fact, let's keep an eye on our food over here. We're down to 4,000 already. So it's going to be this winter is going to be tough, because we're hovering right around 3,000, but it's going down. Here we go. We're going to start dying off here of starvation. Let's see, what do we got? Still at 58 laborers, so that's good. So food production actually is going up a little bit, but that's because they're harvesting, so it's going to be a difference in the winter time. Look at that, heck, all the way up to 6,000 food. That's good, but we're still producing babies. 653 right now. You see, my town's happiness and health is really in good shape still. 656. Food is getting up there around 8,000. Look at that. Wow. Still don't think it's going to be enough. I think we're going to be in serious trouble. Although, look at us. We're gaining on it, back up to 9. So this would be curious. We got a trading boat come in, but we're just going to let him go. Like I said, I'm going to do nothing. I mean, literally, absolutely nothing. Wow, that's food. But it is, what time of year is it? It's late autumn, so food is at its max production at this point, because all of the farming is going on. But look at 662, 663. See, this is the problem that I ran into, that I was not, I treated a town of 500 the same as I treated a town of 50, which again, I believe was an error. Some of you who have far more experience than I do in the game can certainly either attest to that or tell me otherwise, but I believe that was an error in trying to keep the houses ahead of my population, because again, as I said, these guys just explode in terms of population. So I'll tell you what, I'm surprised. I expected already to see a rash of some deaths, but we got up to almost 10,000 units of food, 663 people, 662. Somebody died of old age. I'm just dying off of old age. So we're going to run through one more year here. I have got just a ton of fuel. I've got a ton of logs. I've got plenty of this stuff to do anything I need to do. Where are we doing? We got families way more than homes, so that's good. I'm clothed. I'm 100% educated. We're actually, wow, look at, we're climbing up to 11,000 food here. I was expecting catastrophe, so this is very interesting what's going on. I don't think I've had my first person who's died of starvation yet, in fact. Not a single one. It's late winter, snow's gone away. Crazy. 670 is my population. I'm going to start producing a whole bunch of babies again here. Ah, there we go. Food. Back down. There we go. Starvation. There, we had our first starvation death in the spring of 74. So, there's... Oh, I got a frozen to death, too. How the heck's that work? That's one thing I don't understand about this game. Look at the fuel I have. 18,000, 10,000 logs. And I got people dying of freezing to death? Come on. Anyways. I've got 70 laborers now. How the heck? Oh, there's no jobs, so... these are just people who have... I might as well... I'm going to do... I lied. I said I wasn't going to do anything, but I don't need any builders, so... I'm going to go ahead and move them all over. Food, again. Wow, I'm surprised. I'm gonna roll this video through this year, and I am really shocked. Quite frankly, I am shocked that we are still kicking. Not only are we kicking, but population is continuing to grow. Food, yeah, still in a tough... Oh boy, here we go. Oh, we got nomads. Yeah, we're not taking nomads. I haven't taken any nomads in the course of this game. I've turned away, I don't know, 100 some odd residents. There, I got another starvation, old age. Food is down to 3,000. So we could be getting into trouble here. But again, I think we're going to be moving in. It's late spring. Reserve of food is low. Yes. Okay. Okay, so let's keep an eye on it now. We're getting right down there. We're at 2,000 units of food. We're going to see. Yeah, but you look at these places, and we got food in these markets. Reserve of food is low. Yeah, I know we're down to 2,000 again. I've got food, venison. Yeah, I got food in these markets. So... And people have food in their homes, so it shouldn't really be much. But we're down less than 2,000 food, so interesting. It took almost a full year, but we are in some trouble now. We're down here right around 2,000. It is summertime. So we are in a minute here going to get into food production time. Here we go. We're back up almost to 3,000 now. I got people being born still. 676. Keeps telling me my reserve of food is low. I understand it's low. Thinking it was going to be lower than this, so still got people dying of old age. Look at all of 225 families and 206 homes. Food's starting to come back up because we are again getting into harvest time, so this is going to climb back up. Well, I guess I shot this last video a little bit too soon. I'm going to keep it rolling. I'll let it just go and play out, and any natural disasters we might get. I'm just going to let it happen. There we go. There's 2 starvations, 3 starvations. We're getting some down to starvation. We're still at 673, so we've grown 24 in the last year. So you can see if I was actually trying, where there would be some problem. Oh, someone was killed by a wild boar. So again, you can see where that would be a problem. See, my food is growing up. I'm going to run out of sooner rather than later. In fact, I'm going to run out of funeral or cemetery space, which is going to impact our ability to be happy and healthy. So I've got so many things that are at their maximum. Look at this. I got stone is maxed, iron's maxed, almost maxed. Fuel is nearly maxed. Logs are maxed. Food is the only thing that, and again, we're climbing back up now into 6,500, 6,000. Herbs, everything is pretty much maxed. We're at 676 and still climbing. As more people are having babies, that's another starvation death. Wow. Well, folks, I'm shocked. I did expect to have a wave of tombstone. You've received an award. I don't know what the tombstone is for, but okay. I want another. I'm thinking that's probably I get that because my cemetery's full. Maybe. I don't know. Well, I was a bit premature, thinking that my town was going to just bite the dust early and fast once I stopped providing any input whatsoever. So Wertydurd continues on. Wertydurd is still alive. It's still kicking. Still, in fact, growing at 679 residents, 30 up from where we were. Food is an issue, so I'm going to stop the video now. You can see that I will probably have some food issues somewhere in the near future, but I'm hovering right around. I'm maintaining about what I consume, a little bit behind. My population again continues to grow. At some point, that's going to come down, and then maybe my food will be enough to actually grow in production. So. Again, this is Cross-Train from Wertydurd. We are in the death throes of Wertydurd, or at least I thought we were, and now we're just going to see how it plays out. So, until next time, probably next time will be another village, and I'll tell you how Wertydurd turned out and how long it lasts before it starved to death or stabilized or whatever. But it's an experiment I just wanted to check out. So, folks, hope you enjoyed it. This is episode number 10, I believe, from Wertydurd, and it will be my final episode from Wertydurd. So, let me know if you want to see something else or whatever in the comments here. And as Wertydurd continues to grow, we're at 684 residents now. Food is still in trouble, but resilient little bugger. So, until next time, this is Cross-Train from Banished in Wertydurd. As always, peace.